For over 3,300 years, the Torah has been a living document, a guidebook for people of all ages, from ancient times to the modern age.
It was Saturday morning in synagogue, and Dr. Rosenberg goes over to his friend Larry Goldstein, the lawyer, and he says, "Hey buddy, I got a problem. Every Shabbat, people come over to me during services and ask me all sorts of questions, looking for medical advice. This hurts them, that bothers them. What should I do?" "Well, do what I do," said the lawyer. "After Shabbat ends, send him a bill in the mail. It works great every time." "That's a good idea. That's a great idea." Anyway, when Rosenberg gets home from work on Monday, he finds an envelope in the mail from his friend, the lawyer. Inside, a bill for Saturday's legal advice. The fourth of the 10 commandments that we read about in this week's Torah portion, which God gave to the Jewish people just 49 days after the Exodus, is the commandment to honor and observe the Shabbat, the Holy Sabbath. God instructs the people of Israel, 6 days you shall labor and accomplish all of your work. And on the 7th day you shall rest. It is a Shabbat unto the Lord. You shall not do any work. Our question is this: why is it important that we work for 6 days? Granted, God wants us to observe the 7th day each week as a day of rest, to refrain from working, but why is the notion of working for 6 days part of this commandment? What about somebody who was retired, or one who was fired from their job out of work? Are they committing a sin by not working? And if I should happen to win the lottery, which I hope to do, must I continue to work for 6 days each week? Jewish mysticism provides a fascinating explanation, one that helps us understand God's master plan for creation, and how the 6 days and Shabbat play an integral role in bringing about God's vision for the world. When God created the universe, He left it unfinished. He created a world that is still imperfect, and He wants us to serve as His partners in creation. He wants us, through our actions, through our deeds, to bring perfection and harmony to this world. God has charged man with the mission of perfecting His masterpiece. The Kabbalah tells us that 6 days you shall work refers to our work in refining and elevating the physical world. For 6 days we must engage the world around us. We must utilize our possessions, spend our physical energy, involve ourselves in commerce, in business, in our various professions, even in daily life on the city streets, yet all in the manner that God has prescribed. By engaging and working within the material world, yet living according to a spiritual vision, by adhering to His moral code while involved and engrossed in the grind of daily life, by performing the sacred commandments in the most mundane setting, we can create a world of goodness and godliness, injecting a spark of holiness in all physical matter. 6 days a week we can serve as God's partner in creation, yet on the 7th day, on Shabbat, we disengage. On the 7th day we remove ourselves from the work, so to speak, of transforming the outside world, and turn inwards, reflecting on our connection with God and on celebrating our partnership and relationship with Him. Shabbat is more than just a day we don't work. It is a time when we cease from creating a godly world in the mundane and step into another plane of existence. On Shabbat, we dress in our finest clothing and enter into a world of prayer, festive meals, and Torah study. On Shabbat, we experience a utopian existence, a foretaste of the Messianic age, where God's presence will pervade all matter and mankind will enjoy eternal peace, prosperity, and harmony. Indeed, the Mishnah calls that era Yom Shekulo Shabbat, a day of eternal Shabbat. In this week's Torah portion, we see how the fourth commandment is not merely a directive which tells us how to behave one day each week, but more than that. The commandment to observe and honor Shabbat teaches us the deepest secrets of God's creation and our integral role in making His vision for the world a reality. I'm Rabbi Benny Rappaport, and thank you for joining us.